Today we're going to take a look at these Bluetooth speakers that's arrived from a seller called Ellie Giant on Amazon.co.uk. You'll notice there are a bunch of similar looking speakers on Amazon offering fairly similar functionality, but the price was great for this one. Actually, it was down at half price, which is what encouraged me, down to about $27.55 free delivery. And what impressed me most was the customer service. They replied quickly, and also they got it to me quickly and safely. Now I notice here the corner took a little knock in transit, which is not their fault, but I've checked inside and it hasn't affected the product at all, so I wouldn't worry about that. These boxes are designed just in case they have to take a knock. So let's take a look at what we get. Let's have a look at the size, and then as I get into it, we can leave another video afterwards or some comments to talk about my experience. Also, let me know your experiences, any tricks and tips that you worked out, what this excels at, what it doesn't. Anyway, let's see what it's offering. Well, first of all, Bluetooth speakers, NFC functionality if you have that. I use an iPhone, so I can't use that. Mobile power bank, as many of you know, I'm into power banks and I've got a couple of them on the go at the moment. You do get these color options, and I went with the black, just personal preference really, but there's a good range of color options, 8 different options there. So that's pretty cool. On this side, it gives you a quick run through of what's offered. Now the power bank is 3600 milliamp hour, which will give you a charge and a half maybe on an iPhone, something like that, but it's handy anyway. Turns out you can charge while you're using this music player as well, so your speakers on the go, you can also plug in your phone, your MP3 player, and get it charged up at the same time. So that's very handy, especially if you're out and about on holiday and you've run out of battery, you haven't got a battery pack. You can use this and still be entertained at the same time. You can make calls, it suggests, so that's very, very interesting feature. You see the hands-free function there. Bluetooth version 4.0 plus EDR. I'm not sure what EDR is, but we can look that up and find out. It does say waterproof. Beware, it's not fully waterproof, and they do put that in the advertisements. I would say it's closer to splash proof. You're not going to be dunking this in the sea, but you could have it next to the swimming pool and it could take some splashes. Don't quote me on that, I have to test it. You'll notice when we open it up that it uses a silicone case, water resistance IPX4. If you know about the standards, then you know what that is. Frankly, I don't. Output power 3 watts times 2. Frequency response 20 Hz to 20 kHz. It has a lithium ion battery. Battery capacity, as we said, for the mobile pack, 3600 milliamp hour. Dimension 66mm by 66mm by 170mm. Audio input 3.5 meter jack and a power connector. On-off Bluetooth switch. Power indicator light, blue lights, up to 10 meters open field range, which should be just about enough for you. So here they're suggesting Bluetooth with your iPad, iPhone, laptop, other phones, USB charging via a USB adapter or a laptop. So that's how you get it charged up. So let's open it up and see what we've got. There's the speaker inside. Just gently take that out. Let's put that aside for a second. In here we have a user guide. Goes through the features again. They're saying it would take 3 to 4 hours to fully charge. To pair it while it's off, hold the MFB, we'll find out what that is in a moment, for 3 seconds. Red and blue indicator light will come on for 1 second. Blue indicator will flash once. After you hear power on, interesting, and red and blue indicators blink alternately with connects me voice prompt, it enters pairing status. So it looks like not only does it flash, but it talks to you. Obviously a few simple commands, and the rest of the instructions are there. Pause if you want to read those. Let's see what we've got in here. We have a carabiner hook. Now you can get these in your typical pound or dollar shop, and you can find them on bottles and all sorts of things, especially in the camping section, but they're very, very handy. And you can use that to clip it onto your backpack, hang it off a chair, anything really you can get that into. Very handy. We have 3.5mm audio jack, so I would imagine that so you can just plug it directly into your audio source, your MP3 player, and not have to use the Bluetooth function, for example. And as you expect, we have the USB cable. So there you go, that's the type that you'll need. Now, I've mentioned this in other videos, but you've probably got a bunch of these with your other gadgets, so you won't need to take yet another one if you've already got basically the same lead. There's no difference really with that. It's probably a bit longer than some of the ones you're using, but if you're just going to use it to charge up the block at the time from the wall or the laptop, distance might not be a big deal to you. So that's that, and this is the main event. Silicone can catch a bit of dust, so we'll give that a rub down. That'll be the base there, and that's how it looks. At one end you've got
power on.
There you go, pretty cool. Back, forward, up, down, volume, call button, power on, NFC. There's your light flashing away.
Power off.
There you go, hold it down, power off. And on this side, hidden away here, you've got the aux port. Remember, you can use that 3.5mm lead. The DC out, so the power out via USB. So if you want to charge something up using the mobile power bank, plug in there and then into the other end of your device. And here, the input, so the USB input to charge up this for 3 to 4 hours, which is something that I'm going to do after this segment. So you put that on, seal it over so it's not waterproof, but gives you protection from splashes, etc. And it's very simple there. On this end, there's the loop for the carabiner. As the carabiner hook itself doesn't get in there, you use the keyring bit, which is going to be a bit awkward, sorry, for the video. But there we go, we feed that in. To all intents and purposes, we're almost there, yep. And that's in there, so you can hang it off that with that little clip. Very handy. I mean, it doesn't have a locking function on it, but you can get your own and throw that on if you're really bothered about that, in case you don't want anyone pulling it off your backpack. But that'll stop them for a couple of seconds anyway, or just be handy for hanging off objects around and about on your travels. So that's pretty cool. So it's actually a dead simple thing. It is very light. Let's see how heavy it is exactly. There you go, 438 grams. So nice and light. To be honest, you don't even notice that. You can see there with the light the two speakers. Remember we said 3 watts by 2, so stereo. So that's nice. Now this would be removable. I'm not interested in removing it, frankly, because it offers protection from knocks, etc. But as I'm primarily planning to use this as a travel speaker, I'm not too worried really. As long as it doesn't get run over, then I'm happy. I think this would be fine dropped. I'm not going to drop it now, but if you want a drop test, if I get enough comments, we can try that. I don't think I've actually ever done a drop test on YouTube before, but it would be interesting. Quite interesting how it has a voice command as you hold on.
Power on.
Nice and simple. To pair it, turn it off.
Power off.
Yeah. Press and hold.
Power on.
For 3 seconds. So
Pairing.
there you go. See? Now let's have a look. On the iPhone it pops up. There it is. So we select that.
Connect me.
Connected. So I want to show you how I finally got my Canon HF R600 camcorder. Well, that is very loud. Now, this is absolute just set it at a standard volume. Something that for some reason I missed out. So I was trying to the mic I'm currently using with my iPhone, the LM20, with this camcorder, which is why I bought this camcorder with a mic inside. Seems to have decent range on the way down. Simple, but I found it wasn't working. It was really on-off. And on the way out, interestingly, it's actually operating the app and not the speaker volume itself. So it must be a standard
working with the external mic. Now this is
speaker volume
play, but it's something that for
connection
some reason I missed out. So I was trying to
that goes up and down via the app. As I double press, I actually changed the video in YouTube. And if I hold it down,
I want to show you how I finally got my Canon HF R600 camcorder working with
the volume goes up and down and pause, and it's paused. It works as you'd expect via Bluetooth. The other Bluetooth speaker I had, you would set the volume on your MP3 player and then set the volume on this. So by going up and down on the other one, it wouldn't affect the volume on your MP3 player, just the output volume of the speaker. With this, the output volume is directly linked to the phone's volume setting, as you saw it go up and down. Let's see what happens when we make a call. So I'm making a call.
Welcome to 18185. Your 18185 customer number is 3.
So that's dead simple, as you'd expect. It says high temperature resistant, which is good in some of the places that I'll be going and that you might be going, or maybe even live. High temperature is very good. Now, where I currently live, it's not a big deal, but where I'll be in a month, that would make a difference. Although I've never had a speaker melt on me before, so, you know. Near field communication, well, you guys that use that know how useful that is. And the power bank, as I've said already, that's a great added bonus. So I got it because it's feature packed, it's rugged, it's a lot more solid than the speaker I had. The company had it at a reduced price, even though you're still spending $27.55 for the size of it, for the quality of it, the sound. That's really what you're paying for, and that's fine because that'll see you great for a bunch of travels. It's pretty cool that you can make and receive calls with it. I've never had a Bluetooth speaker with a microphone in it, so that's dead handy. Carabiner hook is very handy. So far, a big thumbs up. Check out the links below. I'm going to put a link where you can get it from Amazon. I think $27.55 is definitely a bargain. So, just a reminder, I'll show you who I got it from, and then I'll leave a link below, because there are other sellers of similar speakers. This LE Giant, that's who you're looking for. Thanks for watching.